Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, today is Monday, March 2nd. It is now 10:59 a.m. where I am at this time. It is in Canada, Eastern Standard Time, EST. So again, like I always say in my videos, if you guys are in a different country or if you guys live somewhere else where, it's a different day or the time, time could be different. The message can still resonate because the messages are timeless. And again, please take what resonates with you whenever you see this. But for those who live in, Eastern time or live in the Western hemisphere, so, in North America, of course, as example, or in the UK or things like that, that could be very significant. So it doesn't matter where you are. These messages are timeless. All right, guys. Now the time is 11 a.m. So let's jump into it and see what you guys might need to know. Okay. I will be using some oracle messages, just to get clarity and understanding for some of you guys. This is heart messages as well. So let's jump right into it. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? What do they need to know? What messages do you have for the collective at this time, Spirit? What do they need to know? What do they need to know for March 2nd, Spirit? What do they need to know? Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, so 2 cards wanted to fly out. So we have here the number 7 and the color black. Now, there's something about being protected at this time when it comes to like your heart and you shining. Okay, so excuse me, guys. When it comes to moving in like within intentions, like for example, you having inner knowing, or when it comes to like your reflection and receiving clarity, okay, there's something about your spiritual gifts being awakened, but it's the way you move, like your heart, okay, like your heart, how you move with intention, or with intentions could be very significant. Now, trusting in divine timing when it comes to like you shining or being able to shine your light or shine your gifts is very significant. We also have Phoenix energy. There's something about rising through, the ashes or coming from the ashes. Some of you may have Phoenix energy. Not everyone will resonate with this, but when it comes to fire energy, Leo energy, the moon cycle as well, us transitioning into, Virgo energy could be very significant for tomorrow. But right now, the moon cycle is with Leo and Virgo, right? So for some of you guys could have this fire energy when it comes to leadership, being bold, being playful as well, but still being bold and having that inner knowing. For some of you, this is about completion of self and renewal of light, right? So again, endings and beginnings are very significant when it comes to like your purpose and you being able to illuminate and rebirth, right, into this new beginning. If you want to look at the numbers when it comes to 9 + 1, that equals 10. That is about you guys being whole within yourself, okay? Being in alignment when it comes to like your mind, body, spirit, and your purpose unfolding, right? Yeah, throat chakra. Change. There's something about communication, how you speak, okay? There's something about maybe you guys traveling for work, okay? Or there's something about communication coming towards you. Now, this could be you, how you communicate, or this is about somebody coming towards you with communication about something. Okay, this could be, social media. This could be a text. This could be, whatever it is that you guys receive communication. When it comes to divine, intuitive downloads, that could be very significant about speaking truth. For some of you guys, speaking your truth and activating your throat chakra is also significant too. Okay, some of you guys are wearing the color blue, or the color blue could be very significant as well. Some of you guys' aura may show up in the color blue as well, but you guys are showing up as someone who's embracing change. And also when it comes to movement and flow, that is also significant. There's something about the way you communicate, or you guys could be receiving communication. Yeah, something to do with, with the number 8. You guys could have went through a season of, feeling helpless or hopeless, okay? When it comes to your power, You know, some of you guys, when it comes to leadership and success, you guys could be trying to step into your power, but knowing that if you have to step into your power, you know that you have to manifest. You know that you have to be an authoritative figure in your life, and you know that leadership and success, you know, you have to be disciplined. You have to have prosperity, right? So even when it comes to like cause and effect, there's something about being able to still walk through whatever adversities or obstacles or challenges and still speak your truth, regardless of, you know, if you're liked, if you're not liked, if people understand you or not, you're still going to show up as someone who speaks truth. So even when it comes to like your heart and intentions, right? There's something about your power. Not everybody's going to understand the power that you speak. Not everybody's going to understand the power that you hold. Not everybody's going to understand the path that you're on. And unfortunately, you know, you may understand people, like I always say in my messages, but, you know, people may not understand your path. And that's okay. There's a moment of not being understood right now, but then it's almost like something going back into like a 360, or just, you know, doing a whole flip, a whole turn, and a cycle coming back in your favor. So again, yeah, joint stability is very significant. Just like I said with the number 4, there's something about you guys grounding yourself and building something that's long term. Okay, we also have awaiting results, right? So when it comes to speaking truth, there's something about waiting results. There's something also about growth. Okay, spring is very significant. Yeah, coming together. So for some of you guys, when you felt like you were in situations where you were helpless, hopeless, there's something about stepping into your power. And you know, when you stepped into that power, it brought you joy and stability. Okay, let me see if I can get a couple other cards here. You know, it brought in joy and stability, and brought in a lot of, you know, a lot of success for you. Because again, a lot of people don't realize that success doesn't mean about money only. Success could be about what fulfills you, what makes you happy. You know, you love doing what you do. That's like somebody working in like a paint department. Even if they work in the paint department, they're still mixing paint. They like colors. That's what they love to do. You know, not everybody wants to be famous. Not everybody wants to be, you know, put out there. Some people just want to do something that fulfills them and, you know, enjoy what they do. So yeah, we have solar plexus, right? You can do this. This is about your stability. This is about, you know, you stepping into stability. The color yellow is very significant when it comes to like your inner power, your inner knowing. Yeah, you being a master, right? 15 talks about healing relationships. You being a master of heart-centered truth, compassion. You bring compassion and change into people's life. So as much as people don't want to change, because you bring compassion, it allows them to change with grace, right? You allow people to grow. You allow people to blossom, whoever's energy I'm speaking to, or you guys are blossoming into this divine partnership that you guys are moving into when it comes to like emotional acceptance. Also divine timing. At the bottom of the deck, we have nurture. So some of you guys are nurturers. You guys are divinely guided and sent to be somebody to, you know, nurture people or help people when it comes to them nurturing themselves as well. So some of you guys could be thinking about that, right? When it comes to the energy, yeah, there's something about making a decision with the number 19. Now, this is about completion of self, renewal of light, the phoenix, right? Making a decision. There's something about prioritizing yourself, or are you prioritizing someone else in a situation? Whatever you need to accept, you guys are being divinely guided to point you towards your own joy because you deserve it, because you're not settling for less. So this could be anything. This could be about what people may want you to do, or what makes you feel happy when it comes to heart-centered truth and love. Again, other people may want you to be in this matrix of, you know, for some of you, this could be working a 9 to 5, or, you know, doing something they want you to do, like being a doctor or a lawyer, or, you know, things that are like the typical traditional role. While some of you guys don't want to do that, right? It's not to say that you guys are not going to go out there and hustle and do what you need to do, but you're not going to overkill yourself either. There's something about your guys' energy learning from other people's mistakes and understanding that, yes, I can still move with intention. I can still work my 9 to 5 or my part-time job. I can still go to school and do what I need to do, but I can do what I like to do. So some of you guys who are into radio, you guys could be wanting to go to school to do radio hosting or do radio in general, like when it comes to being on the news or being out there, right? Doing things that fulfill you. Not everybody wants to be a doctor. Not everybody wants to be a lawyer. Not everybody wants to go to school. Not everybody wants to do things by sitting in a classroom all day. Some people are very hands-on. Okay, some people are better off working with their hands, right? Meaning that some of you guys could be, into entrepreneurship in a sense of you guys could be wanting to do apprenticeship, right? Where you guys could be a technician, a plumber, okay, working with your hands, doing things that allow you to work, with your hands instead of sitting down in a classroom all day, doing co-op. Okay, there's different things that other people may like to do. Some of you guys could learn from your experiences by going through different jobs, or there's something about learning through your experiences, but you guys are ready for more with the number 40. Okay, yeah, career. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the right time to make the changes and also things that you could be contemplating. This is about trusting in the divine purpose that you guys are in. So there's something about the experiences that you guys have gone through where you guys are healing or healing will come. Okay, you guys are moving into growth when it comes to your path and also embracing this magical moment and being a light at this time, opening up your heart. Okay, being a light to other people when it comes to stability, right? Because you are stable. While other people may think, okay, because when it comes to the collective and soul tribe, you may have a lot of people in your energy too in the past where they could have moved with ego. You could be someone who moves with flow, but there's people around you who move with ego, okay? And there's something about you who could have gone through a lot of ego deaths where you can understand a situation for what it is and still show up and be helpful. Even if other people may not understand why you are helpful, you know what you're here to do. You know why you're doing it. Okay, for some people they do it because they want to be seen, but for some of you guys you do it because you know you guys are doing it for your purpose. Okay, and that is also confirmation. Like, you ever had somebody who looked at somebody in a situation, unfortunately, where you are supportive as the collective and you could see someone winning and you could have someone else in that energy that's like, why is collective or this person always winning, or why are you always supporting that person of collective? And you're like, because I just like to support people, because I would want that for me. You know what I mean? Like, you guys put yourself in other people's shoes, and you could be around people who don't think that way, and it's just like, yuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, I just saw on the timer. So even angel number 1111 is very significant because right now the time is 11:12 a.m. and that could be significant. Yeah, there's something about your composure, being able to have composure in situations, being able to be calm in situations where other people could have tried to make you look like the one that wasn't calm. You were still calm. Even if we're not perfect, like, let's be real, guys, as collective and soul tribe type of people, we are not perfect. We don't claim to be perfect. We have our good days, we have our bad days, but it's just very interesting to see that while you show up in your energy and you show compassion and love to yourself, or try to, you honestly could have had people around you that didn't do that for you. And like I said, when it comes to composure, some of you guys, once you guys are in an energy of peace, healing, and confinement, you're able to have composure. You're able to stay in this energy of having solitude and stability and understanding. Not everybody's like that. So it's almost like a chakra where everybody around you could be in this chaotic energy and you're in this composure type of energy, like you're calm, cool, collected, and everybody's looking at you like, why are you so calm? And it's like, you know how to detach yourself from energies and situations. You do not allow other people's stress or other people's, energy to drain you or to, go in your energy, basically contaminate your energy. Yeah, there's something about forgiveness and understanding. Like, you have understanding. Okay, you see people's ways. You understand that, well, I mean, I may be the way that I am, but not everybody's like that. So there's something about even family dynamics. Maybe you grew up differently than someone else in your energy, and you may see that some people may not have certain morals or integrity or, faith, right? And when I say morals and integrity, not everything you need to do for money. Okay, that's about having morals and integrity. Sometimes it's okay to work hard for what you want, because guess what? At the end of the day, when you work hard for something that you desire, you can at least look back and say, you know what? I'm proud of myself because I'm the one that did that for me. I'm the one that built that for myself, not anybody else. I'm the one that woke up every day. I'm the one that put in that work every day, not anybody else. You know what I mean? Depending on what it is that you do. Not everybody has that same type of drive. Yeah. Harmony and resolution. Okay, when it comes to your energy, you bring harmony and resolution, okay, or you try to, okay? If anything, if you cannot bring harmony and resolution to other people's dynamics, you will bring it for yourself. Like, you don't have time to waste on if people want to do the inner work or not. But at the end of the day, you will show up and show out in spaces where people are, not confident maybe, or they deny themselves, right? So where you show up or you're learning to show up, it's almost like a domino effect where other people could be following what you guys are doing. Yeah, courage and bravery, like I said. Okay, I'm gonna end it here because that's more than enough. Like, that's clarity in itself. Okay, vulnerability and freedom, and then we have signs and reminders. So some of you guys are getting signs and synchronicities about this, but yeah, courage and bravery, right? Harmony and resolution, stepping into your power, stepping into your light, not settling for less. Okay, but I'm going to end it here. Please take what resonates with you guys. And again, thank you for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys. Follow me on TikTok and YouTube. My website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca, where I post my blogs and you guys can book a reading. All right. But yeah, I hope you guys resonated with this or, took away some information. But anyways, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for, always showing up for yourselves, being there for yourselves, whether anybody wants to support you or not. You guys are always there for you, and that's all that matters. And, give yourself, a pat on the back and thank yourselves for always showing up and waking up and being there for yourself. Because again, as much as we go through things in life, not every day is going to be happy-go-lucky. But like I said, remaining positive and staying in that high vibration is very significant. All right, guys? But anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Okay? Bye, guys. Love you.